Buffalo is going to win it home.
The Bills make it run. Kick your heels up and shout.
Let's see why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Yeah, Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Now, baby, come on, come on.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
We are live, and we are back. Welcome to another episode of the Overdue Bills podcast. And listen, we are excited. We are excited for today because the Bills, man, the Bills is showing up, man. The Bills is definitely showing up. Definitely making things happen. And listen. We're ready to go. And I have the gang with me. You see it. Definitely for show. I got my guy Matt, aka Matty Ice, aka All Black Matt. Matt, what's up with you, man?
Not much, man. Had a little scare. Thought we weren't about to be able to go live tonight, but I'm glad to be here.
Listen. Zuckerberg, I don't know what's going on, man. They say the stock is plummeting on Facebook, but I had to switch.
That means go buy some.
For sure.
Go buy some stock.
I had to switch some things around, and we back at it. But I got everything straight. So I got my guy Rad here with me, aka Rad, aka he may or may not have a vid. Matt, what's up with you, man?
I'm good, bro. vid free. Another dub for the Bills. So got on a different flavor, different color. So I'm Gucci, man. I'm happy. I'm good.
And listen, last but not least, our guy Millie, aka he stole all the funds just so he can get some samples. Mills, what's up, man?
What up with you, bro, man?
Sample Mills.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Mills got a new Overdue Bills hoodie, hat. It's like, yo, Mills, where are you getting all this merch at, man? What's up?
Yes. It's crazy because Mills don't even do the merch. It's me and Rad, and Mills has the most merch. It's crazy. He has stuff that we never even seen before.
One band, one style, man.
We working out here, bro. We in the lab, bro. He in the lab, bro. We trying to figure it out. That's what's up.
Glad to have Preach back though, man, because I had a feeling for you last week, man. It was a little shaky. You know what I mean? But we did what we had to do, man. But glad to give you your chair back, man.
For sure. I appreciate that. And listen, let's go to Matt to get our our trusty sponsor. I'll let Matt do the pre-roll because apparently he's the only one who can do it. So Matt, please let the people know who is sponsoring the show.
Yes, sir. This show and every other show is brought to you by none other than Buffalo Wing Kings. Being from Buffalo, there's two things that the guys here on the Overdue Bills podcast know. That's Bills football and that's wings. Our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. At Wing Kings is Wings 101. With over 101 different flavors of wings and a beloved Wing of the Month special, Wing Kings is sure to school any other place around. Opening a new location in the University District in a couple weeks. Hit Wing Kings up to get to go for any type of party, any type of get together. We got the Chiefs Bills night game coming up. Make sure you hit those boys up to get some wings this week, man. Stop by their Elmwood Village location at 484 Elmwood Avenue, or give them a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say, and we know, they have the best wings in town, hands down. When you go in there, make sure you shout us out. Make sure you drop our name. They'll give you an extra 10% off your order. They're doing, they put their hours on all their social media. So go check out their hours. Give them a call, man. Get some wings and make sure you tell them we sent you.
Yes, sir.
Definitely shout out to Buffalo Wing Kings. Price of wings is going up, but they definitely got you 101 flavors. Shout out to them. Let's do a bit of housekeeping. Listen, we got the merch going, y'all. Listen, we got the merch going crazy. I mean, I can't tell you how many people asking me about merch, and I was like, I gotta direct them to overduebillspod.com. Overduebillspod.com. Listen, if you go on the website, hit up the merch. It's all there for you. You know what I'm saying? It's all there for you. Shout out to Hefe, We got this shipment. We ready to ship it out. And listen. Can y'all let the people know what we got special going on there? Anybody, I can just take it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rad. No, I'll let you take this one. This
month, October, y'all know is a special month across the world and America is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A lot of women that in our lives that we know across the country and in our lives obviously have been through something like that. So what we decided to help that cause was we got pink tees, pink hoodies, and every 10% of those proceeds is going to Roswell and breast cancer awareness research and stuff like that. So when you go to overduebillspod.com, when you get the merch, you'll see all that up. So yeah, man, just to support us, so we support them. It's all good. Definitely I want to give a shout out. And obviously we also doing shout outs, or I don't know what's a better word than a shout out. That's probably a better word.
Recognizing
recognizing survivors of breast cancer. And this week I'm gonna start off this week because my grandmother, Irene Saunders, is she beat breast cancer a few years back. So shout out to her and for her strong efforts in that. And we every week we gonna give that person a t-shirt or a hoodie. I delivered to her this morning. So shout out to you, Grandma. She got her hoodie. We're gonna post a picture up on Overdue Bills Pod. So yeah, so everybody support the breast cancer awareness merch we have, so we can donate what we gotta donate. Thanks.
Absolutely, man. So listen, please go to overduebillspod.com for all your merch needs. Listen, we not bagging up like we used to no more. You know what I'm saying? We just not. That's just not the way it's going. No, seriously, on a real tip, we got the website up. We just trying to listen. We trying to make these moves, man. We trying to do it better for you, the customer. And listen, whatever you need, we have it there. So please go on there. Overduebillspod.com. Overduebillspod.com.
Yep. And it's not going to crash like Facebook.
Absolutely.
So we'll be it's going to be up. You don't have to see mine or Rad's ugly mugs delivering or doing hand to hands anymore. So definitely you can get it right to your house.
Absolutely.
Yeah, shout out. We pay Mike type dollar. You know what I mean, to keep it up running, man. Shout out to Mike D.
Absolutely. Shout out. Definitely shout out to Mike D. Listen. Let's get into the show. Quick question of the day. I gotta ask y'all boys this, and it's just a kind of a lighthearted question. What was the most impressive Bills win this year?
Man,
wasn't any.
I was gonna say it like it's. Anytime you shut somebody out in the NFL, that's a big deal, man. So I think even playing against whoever we're playing against, a shutout in the NFL is huge, especially how the game started. So I'm gonna say either one of our shutouts were equally impressive to me.
I would lean towards Miami if I had to pick one, because coming off that, Steelers loss, it was like a disappointing loss, I guess. And I'm still kind of mad that we lost to the Steelers because they're not good and Big Ben is not good. So I guess if I had to pick one, it would be the Miami team. But I'm ready for this week. You know what I mean? So every other team that we played was not good, I don't think. So this is the best team we played thus far. So I'm ready to see how we fare this week.
If I had to pick, I'll pick the Houston game that just passed. Only because, obviously what Raz said, they weren't good, but they're still professional football players. And at the end of the day, you should be able to do something. And they couldn't do anything. So I'll pick this game that just passed.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask y'all that because, we're hearing a lot, about this football season, especially in the AFC, and about how, there's really not necessarily one team to look at, but obviously us as Bill fans, we're looking at our team, and obviously we're coming off 3 good wins, right? Like we did what we were supposed to do. But at the same time, like we're looking at our team, and, it's kind of like a weird feeling. I don't know if it was the Pittsburgh loss, but we can get into the recap of the game, and I'm going to ask y'all a question about it. 40 to zip, 40 to donut. It was a shellacking, to say the least. Easy win.
Hopefully y'all took the over.
No. Actually went under.
I'm about to say it went under.
Not the spread. The spread. That's what I meant. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, no, the 17.5. We covered that easy. That was money time. Shout
That
out
was crazy though. That's a crazy,
For sure.
we covered that easy.
Shout out to Tone on the Locked On Texans podcast who came on, chopped it up with him. Great show with him. Please go check that out. But I wanted to ask y'all this: how do you feel about the Bills not really being able to score in the red zone like we did last year? Like last year, we was money in the red zone. We were in a top 5 in DVOA in red zone offense last year. I mean, we were, you know what I mean? We were juggernauts. Like that's where we kind of made our money. But this year, not so. We had multiple trips in the red zone this past game against the Texans, and it hasn't really shown. Or at least we're moving the ball, and it's turning into 3 points. So I'm gonna go to Matt first. Matt, how do you feel about the offense not being able to really punch the ticket like we was last year?
Yeah, I mean that was the most concerning thing in the game yesterday to me. I mean, we could have been up probably like 35-zip at half. When it really came down to it.
Exactly.
We saw Mitch earlier.
Yeah, for sure. So that's definitely concerning to me. But I think they will get that back by the end of the year. You know what I mean? So it's concerning for now, but I think they're gonna pick it up.
I'm not too disappointed with it, honestly. I'm just glad they were able to capitalize and put something on the scoreboard. Because there was times in the past when we get down there and we couldn't get anything. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 points is 3 points. They add up. I think in the first half we had 3 or 4 field goals. Mm-hmm. Those points add up. I mean, they're not going to be great when you're playing against a team that's going to give you 7, all the time. But just
like this week,
just the capability of getting down there and having a chance to put up 7 and being satisfied with 3, that's good for me.
Right. I think we definitely need to be better in the red zone. I think just Josh need to settle down, and once he settled down, get his real groove, his MVP groove. If he can find it again, hopefully he can find that MVP groove of last year when he was playing top 3 quarterbacks in the league last year. Then I think we're gonna get it. Maybe if it's running him more down there. Or not trying to be. I mean, I know you got to be creative in the red zone, but sometimes it seems like we're being too, instead of just running it, I guess we're being too
cute.
You know what I mean? I've seen that across the league, though. You people get in the red zone, just a lot of. I know people not trying to do the same old red zone, running 3 times in a row. I get it, but sometimes that works. You know what I mean? Sometimes that gets it done. You know what I mean? So I think we're gonna improve there. I have all the trust in the bowl and Josh as of now, and I think we're gonna improve there.
I guess it's twofold for me, because when you look at our offensive coordinator, you see the innovation, right, with the RPO, run pass option.
That was a beautiful one.
It was a beautiful play. Beautiful. Like it was like Josh Allen did it to perfection. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful. Fake the run, come out, boom. He wide open. It's like when you see that, it's like I see the creativity. I know you're great.
They both was wide open. Josh didn't even have to pass it. He could have walked in.
I know, and it's like I get it. But at the same time, sometimes in the red zone, less can be more, right? And I don't know. I really don't know the formula. I'm not gonna pretend to be like a huge X's and O's guy, but at the same time, I know we need to start scoring right in the red zone. I know this game against the Chiefs, we were talking about in a few moments. Field goals is just not gonna win the game. Like we know that for sure. But it's definitely concerning. It's not. Field goal's not winning the game, but it's definitely concerning.
Field goal's not winning the Super Bowl. If it's not winning this game, he ain't winning the Super Bowl. I don't think.
It's not at all. So, I mean, that we do have to figure out. But, let's take our wins with when we can take our wins. So, Matt, I got to ask you, because I know, Matt, you was at that game. It was definitely raining, torrential downpour. So, Matt, let me ask you this. How did you deal with the power outage? I heard it was a power outage. When we were watching, we couldn't hear any of the broadcasters anymore.
No, I had actually had to pull a late audible. I didn't even get to go to the game.
What?
So yeah, so I was right with you guys. I got called into work late, so I had to pull an audible.
Shady man, you was talking like you was there, bro.
Till my overdue bills. Till overdue bills is paying the bills. I gotta do what I gotta do, right?
Absolutely.
But
sure.
But yeah, so I dealt with it just like you guys at home, man.
My My girl was there. She was like, it was crazy. She said that, like everything
Yeah.
just shut off. Like
That's
literally,
what my
like
brother.
she got season tickets too. She like it just everything shut off, and it was just like, what is going on for a moment. But
Yeah.
you know, everything came on. But for us, you know, obviously we had to listen to the, you know, the Fox crew, which was terrible. But it was. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But
Who was it? Is it Cower? Is Cower and them boys? Yeah.
yeah,
Cower
with
and-
Nate Burleson and all it was just a whole
and
bunch
Nate
of
Burleson and Boomer.
yeah, it was just a whole bunch of talk. But anyways, because I don't know, Mills was shaking his head. Let's do this real quickly. Can I get some? We did win 40-0. Let's bask in it
We
a
did.
little bit. So like,
Yeah, we did.
Are we starting to become spoiled, like too spoiled that like if we win like 35-0 or 40-0, we're like, oh, that wasn't whatever, man. Whatever.
Nah, Houston was literally the worst team.
Yeah,
in the NFL.
nah, that's for sure.
Davis Mills was terrible. But let me ask you. So who was the player of the game? Who was the player of the game? Let's get that out.
Man, I don't know if
two.
You can pick whoever you want.
Right.
The defense as a whole, bro. The defense as a whole. You gotta last
Yeah.
because I'm gonna start here because last year I was high on the defense, right? I was top 5 defense. We gonna dominate, blah 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 blah, and we were the polar opposite, right? We came out bad, terrible, and this is the year. This is the defense that I thought we was gonna have last year, right? The secondary playing good, the front seven playing good. We stopped stuffing the run. Now we haven't played the best of teams. But when you go against teams like lesser, you dominate, and they have been doing that. So I got to go big ups to the defense. It's allowing Josh to have his struggles early and not necessarily be counted on, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Is to let him work out through his kinks, right?
Exactly.
And unlike you know the team we play, unlike the Chiefs defense is not good, right? So if imagine, you know what I'm saying. So us having our defense to lean back on and have our offense still, you know, even though we get field goals here and there, but still be able to, you know, figure out the kinks until we get, you know, to this game. Hopefully, I got to get everybody on the defensive game ball. Everybody, even you know Leslie Frey, everybody. They played, you know, they just dominated a team that they was supposed to dominate. They made Davis Mills look like a rookie that he was, and they just dominated, and that's what they're supposed to do.
I'm gonna give it to the running backs. We saw a little consistency, you know, between last week and this week. They actually look pretty good out there. I think they combined for like 150 yards rushing on the ground. So they look good. I mean, it's just good to see that we don't have to rely on Josh Allen's arm all the time. If we can consistently put up 150, you know, yards on the ground with our running backs, I think that puts us in a good place, you know, where we can play and, you know, we can save some time. We can milk the clock a little bit because we can get first downs. So I give it to the running backs.
Yeah, I mean the running backs played well. The offensive line actually played really well yesterday. I mean, obviously we were playing against Houston, but they kind of had to shuffle it around late. They moved in Darrell Williams to guard. The rookie got his start, right? So I think they did a really good. Ike Bacher got his start for Feliciano, so they definitely who they plugged in. They looked really good, and obviously we ran for almost 200 yards collectively. So it was. I'm gonna give those boys a little nod, and then I got to piggyback a rat on the defense. They just dominated. I mean, we showed yesterday that not only are we the most dominant defense in the NFL, our backups are dominant. Like we had our guy, friend of the show, Jaquan Johnson, come in, play the Poyer role greatly. He got a pick. He was in there and run stopping. We had another young guy in Cam Lewis who was playing Teron Johnson's role. He forced a fumble, have 5 solo tackles, a tackle for loss. He was all over. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely showed depth. My boy Tyler Matakevich with the pick late. It's hey man, we got.
I ain't gonna hold you. I wanted them to give up a touchdown because of fantasy. I definitely want to give them a touchdown. Selfish,
yeah.
But hey,
nope.
they did.
It's good to see him having fun out there, though, man. It's always good to see him having fun.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that type of game they took over, man.
Listen. We have to take our wins, and we've been showing up really well against these lesser opponents, and that's what we're supposed to do, right? Like because we've seen other teams, you know, lose to lesser opponents. like you know what I'm saying, like in the
every
AFC.
week is somebody losing crazy.
But at the same time, I want to be realistic with it, and I guess this is a great time to kind of segue into this expectation versus reality segment. And while we're doing that, please, Matt, let the people know our presenting sponsor of this segment before we get into it.
Yes, sir. Our presenting sponsor is Buffalo Pet Supply. Do you have a pet? Are you looking to get a pet? Or do you know somebody who has a pet? There's only one place to send them to make that pet live its best life. Buffalo Pet Supply. Specializing in fish, small animals, and reptiles, Buffalo Pet Supply can get you everything you need to make your setup for your pet great or maintain whatever setup you do have. Stop on down and see the family-owned and operated staff at 1345 Military Road in Kenmore, or give them a call at 716-874-1951.
All right. Shout out to Buffalo Pet Supply, where your expectation is their reality. So let me say this, because I want to talk about two players, talk about expectation and reality. I want to talk about two players, Emmanuel Sanders and Boogie Basham, right? I want to deal with those two players because I believe when I asked you your expectation of Emmanuel Sanders, I'm not too sure you was necessarily too high on him, but we see what Emmanuel Sanders is doing this season. So Rad, can you talk about that?
Yeah. I think he's being great. You know what I mean? I was hyping up Gabriel Davis this year. I thought we was gonna feature him more, but Emmanuel Sanders is keeping him on the sideline. He's that deep down. He's our field stretcher. He's still fast. He's still speed. Even at his later age, he's still doing what he's doing. Like everywhere he goes, he's top two. No more than top three. Probably top two in everywhere he went. Wide receiver, fires, receptions, yards. He always proved that he's one of the better receivers in the league. So, I mean, I love it. You know what I mean? Josh is trusting him. Josh is connecting him with long balls. He's consistent. He's like every time he get every time he catch a pass, he be like wide open. It don't be like somebody like 3 or 4 yards away from him. So he's getting open consistently all day. So I mean, he's playing great. He's playing great for us. Shout out to Brandon bringing him in. I wanted to, I guess, a more higher price guy that was going to get it done, but he's doing it great. And our offense ain't clicking the best it can, but he's doing his part. You know what I mean? So I think Emmanuel Sanders is looking, it's a great ad for us.
And so, matter of fact, and I lied. I apologize for lying because I said I wanted to deal with two players, but I actually want to throw in a third player. And I want to go to Matt with this. Because Matt, you know that I've been very critical of this player. His name is Dawson Knox. I've clowned Dawson Knox, and I think Mike in the group chat said it takes, generally it takes a tight end 3 years to kind of acclimate itself to the league. Dawson Knox.
I don't know where you got
look at
that
Kyle
from.
Pitts.
Well, I mean, it is something to be said about that. Like if generally rookies, it does tight ends, it takes a little bit longer to acclimate themselves. But 5 catches, 37 yards, 2 touchdowns. He seems like he's a threat in the red zone every time we get down there. And he's not just like a person to catch the ball and just fall down. He actually can do a little something. So Matt, how do you think Dawson Knox is taking that next leap?
Yeah, I mean, I think he may be understanding that he doesn't have to do too much. Like I think I said it yesterday. He just has to be average in our offense, and he will produce. You know what I mean? With that kind of luxury of the guys you have around you, and Josh Allen obviously throwing you the ball, you just got to catch the ball, like Raz said, and that's one of the biggest issues he's had in his career is dropping the easy ones. He's always had like maybe a flashy play or two, and then he'll drop like a 4-yard touchdown pass or something crazy like that. But this year he's been money. You know what? I know I was an advocate for this, bringing in a guy like Zach Ertz. I have like a side-by-side for them the first quarter of the season. You got Dawson Knox with 15 catches, 144 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a drop. And you got Zach Ertz with 13 catches, 153 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 drop. So he's producing more than Zach Ertz. He's scoring touchdowns. He's being what we want him to be. So I like it.
And he get his personal fouls out there flopping. You saw that flop, bro? He put a LeBron flop, bro.
Absolutely. So let me say this. Let me ask y'all this before I go to that third player. Let me ask y'all this. With the emergence of a Dawson Knox, we know last year we spread the field out, right? 4 wide the whole game, pretty much. You know what I mean? No, we wasn't running the ball. But again, we switched to this 11 personnel with the tight end being on the field most of the time. Do y'all feel like, and I know we've had struggles in the red zone, do y'all feel like this is something that we should keep doing? Because Gabriel Davis is not getting on the field. And we know Gabriel Davis is elite, or at least I wouldn't say elite, but he is a good receiver. He can catch the ball in the red zone.
On a lot of other teams.
Absolutely. So how do we feel about this transition from going from this 11 personnel and having Dawson Knox, in the game more than he's probably ever been on the Buffalo Bills? Like can anybody talk to that?
Yeah, I think of blocking. He's a good blocking tight end, and we have a mobile quarterback. So if he can seal that edge and give Josh Allen a little more time in the pocket and then go for a little release, towards the end of the play, it's a big benefit compared to having, the field stretched out with wide receivers and you're relying on, your defensive tackles to go against a high speed, edge rusher. It's kind of complicated to do that. So I appreciate him being in there more.
Yeah. I think we got to thank the Steelers. TJ Watt and them boys, Dupree and them boys was it Dupree? No, it was Ingram and them boys was in our backfield every play essentially. And we had to do something about it. We just can't just keep saying we're going to figure it out. We had to do something about it. Put Josh under center, 11 personnel, run a ball. It's going to effectively the play action going, I know Mike's stat is that you don't need to run a ball effectively to have good play action. But, you can run a ball good and have better play action. Let's say that. And I think we're going to have more efficient play action. That's going to help obviously our Dawson Knox to even be in these situations because now he on the field already, right? He on the field already. He running routes, more routes running. He catching more. It's going to help his rhythm. I love it. I love to see the versatility that we can do that. And I think Zach Moss and Singletary are good backs. They're not bad. I know people don't like them, because, I don't know. But Zach Moss, I think it's the better back, but I think they're both good backs. You know what I mean? So let's use them. So I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good problem to have, right? When you can have a guy like Gabe just coming off the bench, and not having to be in the game all the time.
Injury.
The pass.
Emmanuel Sanders might miss.
Exactly. So it's a good problem to have, and it's definitely something Dable can keep in the back pocket for later. So I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We're going to see how this necessarily plays out, and we're normally on our recap show, we kind of just touch our preview, of the next game, but I think we're going to dive a little bit more in depth into it. At least I would like to do that because it's such a big opponent. But before we do that, I did say I had another player, and I kind of just want to talk about the defensive line as a whole. Boogie Basham, Star, Gregory Rousseau, AJ, you know what I'm saying? Like those guys, at least this past game, they've been getting pressure. And I'm going to go to Matt because this is kind of Matt neck of the woods. Matt, do you think that this is going to hold up? Do you think that this pressure can kind of continue moving forward?
I do. I mean, as long as those guys stay healthy, I mean, Ed Oliver and Starr, they are big disruptors in the middle, and they force a lot of double teams. So that gives Russo, Basham, Jerry Hughes, that gives Epinesa, that gives those guys one-on-ones. And I said the stat a couple of weeks ago, they win a lot of those one-on-ones. Right. And then you got guys blitzing too. So that confuses things up front too. So I do think they will be able to sustain it. It's just going to be the issue of getting guys down. We've seen, we obviously Ben was getting rid of the ball very fast, but Tyler Heineke, he's shifty out there. He was an escape artist. We weren't getting home and getting them down. Pat Mahomes is an escape artist. He has an ability to get away from pressure and make crazy things happen. So we have to get home and get guys. It's not just getting pressure, but it's getting the quarterback down. So I do think they'll be able to. Yes, I think they'll be able to sustain it though.
Okay. The best thing about that is we could put any combination of that group out there because they all been playing good. So you can keep them boys fresh. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's good to have people that you can just fill that void. If somebody need a break or something, one play off, it can still give you the same production, as the starter would.
For sure. There's not a guy on our roster, I don't think, that can produce out there on the defense.
Yeah, all three levels is humming right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I haven't been I'm most confident I've been going to any like prime time or major game as I ever been. Going to the Chiefs, we're gonna talk about it, but I'm confident in our defense. You know what I mean? Even if they give up some touchdowns here and there, I know they playing well. They humming, they connected, so I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. And even when you look at this AFC playoff race, we're leading the division. We got 2-game lead. I don't think that's a concern at all. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple teams ahead of us, but at the same time, we're 3-1. We look good, but we do play the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead Sunday night. Game of the week. And realistically, I just want to hear your thoughts on the game. Like, how do we feel? Rat kind of talked about it, but I'm going to go to Mills first. Mills, how do you feel going into this game? And let me ask you this straight off the cuff. Is this a must-win game for the Buffalo Bills?
I don't think it's a must-win game, but I think if we win this game and dominate this game, it'll put us, in the talks of being the best team in the AFC. Kansas City have been struggling a little bit, the first 4 games, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Don't get me wrong, Pat Mahomes is an amazing player. He can put up points at any given moment. But the issue is on defense, the opposing team is putting up points as well.
Right.
I think the opposing teams put up an average of 30 points a game on them this year. And if they're putting up 30, we can put up 45. And that's a fact. We're more skilled. We have a better quarterback than every quarterback that they played against. And I think that, we can get it done. We can get it done. And like I said, when we win this game, it shows that we are that team in the AFC. We're the team to beat. Although we lost, week 1, don't get me wrong. I mean, a loss is a loss, but we're the team to beat. If we win this game, it shows how dominant we are.
Matt, how do you feel about this going into this game against Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and the whole slate of Kansas City Chiefs?
This is gonna be the game that shows our defense is for real or not. Because obviously we played against three backup quarterbacks in a row, and we dominated those guys. We're gonna go against arguably and probably not arguably the best quarterback in football. Maybe the best quarterback of all time in football. So we're gonna go against that, and one of the highest powered offenses in football. So
you said all time.
Yeah,
could be. It's early.
He's not better than Tom Brady. We gotta chill. Like Tom Brady literally just beat him in the Super Bowl. We gotta relax.
But I do like us going into this game simply because of last year, and it's a not just a revenge thing. It's that they show that they beat us twice and we can't mess with them yet. So we got to go out there and prove that we can.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this game. I think I like the spot we in, right? Kansas City just came off I'm not gonna say must win for them, but they just came off a win against the Eagles that they needed. You know what I mean? Yeah. And for them to come into us, and they know how important this game is for them. So I guess we're gonna get their best shot. If they don't give our best shot, I think us, getting those wins, dominating those teams. We about to go to Arrowhead. We confident as we can. I don't know if their confidence is as high as ours right now. I think I like the spot we in right now. They 2-2. We see if Oakland might win this game. That Oakland gonna be, gonna have 2 games ahead of them. So I think they definitely thinking they need to win this game because I think they as far as division wise, their division is tougher, right? They lost to the Chargers already. They got the Oakland's undefeated. The Broncos just lost, but they 3-1. So I think they understand that they need wins for division purposes compared to us. I think our division is kind of locked up. So I think it's more pressure on them to win at home. Obviously, I think they lost the Chargers at home. If I'm not mistaken. The Chargers, the Chargers at home, and I mean we can definitely do what the Chargers did, right? Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Eckler, Justin Herbert, of course. I think our special place, our pieces are as talented as well. So, I mean, I think the pressure is all on the Chiefs. You know what I mean? I think the pressure is all on the Chiefs. And I think the Bills, man, I like the spot we in, man. And I expect us to win this game.
So let me ask y'all 2 questions on the game. Matt, how do you think we're going to attack the Chiefs' defense? Because their defense is porous. They're terrible. God awful.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think we're gonna kind of attack it how we did, Houston. We're gonna try to run the ball. And then, I mean, we're going to just pretty much our blueprint for the year. We're going to try to stay a little balanced. And then the passing game has been opened up, and Josh has been doing his thing. So I do think we'll try to run the ball a little bit more just to try to keep Pat off the field. I know I'm probably going to say it, but you can't, I don't think we're going to win per se in a shootout. So I would like to keep Pat off the field as long as we can.
So, Mills, do you think that Sean McDermott will be overly aggressive this game as far as on 4th down and even in the red zone?
I think McDermott will be as smart as we need him to be. Last year he was very conservative in the championship game. I think that he's going to make the best decisions to put us in the best position to win the game. I'm not all for going for it on fourth down, all the time, or like the 4th and 9s against this team, because we're just as skilled as they are. I can see if we were a team that we felt that we couldn't win against them, so we got to take those chances. But I think our defense is solid enough to hold them to a field goal every once in a blue moon. So I don't think we got to be as aggressive. I think he just has to be smart.
I mean, it definitely remains to be seen. So real quickly, let's just play a narrative game just real quickly. Matt, the Bills lose 37-17. What's the narrative?
They're going to score 30 points.
I asked you a quick question. I just said, what is the narrative?
The narrative is Josh Allen broke his leg in the first quarter.
Hold on, Mitch might be on the scene. Mitch might find his groove. You never know.
That's the narrative. Is Josh Allen got hurt, and the defense gave up.
Knock on wood, bro. Come on.
3 touchdowns to Travis Kelce. We'll talk about that in the preview show. Yeah.
All right, Rad.
It ain't gonna happen.
Buffalo Bills when Josh Allen comes down. Game-winning touchdown. What is the narrative?
Super Bowl favorite. I'm not gonna say Josh MVP because he haven't been playing good enough to say that. You got the Kylers and stuff like that. So I would say Super Bowl. I would definitely think people will be on the train of Super Bowl favorite. We being because we're tending. I mean, Oakland is undefeated as of now, but we're tending into getting that number 1 seed if we beat Chiefs at Arrowhead, and that's a tiebreaker. All those things going, you start thinking maybe too far down, but the narrative will be: can the Bills win a Super Bowl? They're gonna be talking about the Jim Kelly days, really, really on it like that. If we beat the Chiefs at home convincingly, if we beat them, Josh come do something historic, not historic, but come back, whatever, last minute drive, whatever. I think the narrative definitely gonna be Super Bowl. I hope, because I know they can spin it and say it's, Chiefs done or something crazy, but hopefully it's the Bills really the Super Bowl favorite.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm definitely excited for the game. I just can't wait. I'm gonna be honest. I can't wait. I can't wait for the game. But Matt, please let the people know about the contest that we're gonna have.
Yes, sir. So, this, shout out this week. We had a winner. We haven't had nobody get the full correct score yet. We've had a lot
Mills
of
still got your bread. You still got your money. Mills still got his money.
I know Mills is in there sweating. He's like, oh man, 40. Somebody got 41-7, so they almost got him. But
really?
That ain't close enough.
But yeah, we're gonna do the contest again this week and every other week. So it's gonna be a score prediction. So this week you're gonna guess the score between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. You're gonna go on our Instagram or on our Facebook. It's only open to those 2 platforms. We're not gonna get crazy into YouTube or Twitter or anything like that because it's just a lot to keep a hold on. But anyways,
yeah,
exactly. So go on our Instagram or our Facebook page. You're gonna put your prediction. You're gonna then put the total offensive yards you think the Buffalo Bills will have as a tiebreaker. Because like I said, nobody had the correct score, so we had to go closest to the yardage, right? And the winner, then you have to follow us and then share the post so other people can join in if they don't know about us, right? So you're gonna do that, and then the winner of that is gonna get a $30 gift card to Buffalo Wing Kings. And then I don't know if Mills is still doing it.
Once again, man, I'm matching it.
If somebody gets that score right on the nose,
the exact
right?
score.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody get the exact score, I will match the $30 from Wing Kings, and you got 60.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Or
that's
yes,
easy.
Or
60.
ladies.
That's an easy,
it's an easy one.
Too.
Yeah,
it's an easy 60.
So but we're gonna post it tonight. It's gonna be up till Sunday. We're gonna extend it to game time at 1:00. The contest is closed. because been putting like 12:30, 12:45, but letting some people slide, getting right in before game time. I think my brother was waiting to see what the weather was going to be for the game. So
I mean, he trying to get that 60. I mean,
for sure.
You just got to use, man. Yeah.
Last minute. But yeah, it's going to be open tonight through Sunday. So definitely get in it.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody who participates definitely in the contest. And listen, remember, we got the merch, man. OverdueBillsPod.com, OverdueBillsPod.com, and rap. Please let the people know. I'm about to put the picture up about the special that we have.
Oh yes, we have pink sweatshirts and t-shirts for breast cancer awareness month. This October, we honoring and highlighting survivors this whole month. Once again, that we start off this week with my grandmother, Irene Saunders. I dropped her shirt off to her. And 10% of all proceeds we get for those shirts is going towards the breast cancer awareness at Roswell. So support us so we can support them. And
Absolutely.
And then also, I didn't shout out the winner from last week. It's Tony Grachowski. I hope I'm saying that right. Congrats, Tony. He was closest to the total yards, and he copped a pink hoodie on the first go round. So shout out to you, Tone.
For sure. Definitely shout out to Tone. Shout out to everybody who support Overdue Bills. We love it. We appreciate you. Please like, share, rate, review, subscribe. Please do all of those things. We actually need that. We definitely trying to get the numbers back up to where we was last year. I know it's, we take a little bit of hiatus, but we getting back there. But we definitely need y'all to get back to where we, need to be. So we're ending this show. Please be on the lookout. I know Rad is going on another podcast with I think it's Chiefs Focus, yeah. Chiefs Focus podcast. Rad is going as a consigliere, a culture attaché of the Overdue Bills pod. So shout out to that. That will be on our platform. We'll post it everywhere. And we will have, somebody, that we had last year. Shout out to our guy on the Overdue Bills podcast. Listen, we're not going to let you know the exact day. We're definitely figuring that out now. Facebook going out and Instagram kind of messed everything up of our communication, but we're getting everything back on. We'll definitely get that information to you. We're coming with a live, definite preview show of the biggest game, really, of the Bills season thus far. But we end every show with a little bit of hey, hey, hey.